What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Movie Emporium's TV review of WandaVision Season 1, Episode 5 on a very special episode. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium, hit that notification bell at the top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome, hit that like button and comment below on any video that you watch, including this one. Okay, wow, this is already on Twitter. If you are watching this, I do not watch this until you watch the episode. Okay, so before we get to the big revelation, we will talk about this episode, which is a pretty standard episode for WandaVision. Takes place in the 80s, very much a Family Ties meets Goldbergs type of episode, but mixed in is, of course, the Darcy Lewis, the agents from Ant-Man, and of course Rambeau, who are trying to figure out what exactly is going on, how exactly Wanda is manipulating everything. And there's a lot of fascinating stuff in this. You know, the idea that we are starting to see the inseam starting to crack on this Westview world. We're starting to see Vision starting to question everything. He talks to one of his coworkers and it kind of completely collapses the whole world, and he realizes that there's something truly wrong. Darcy Lewis and Monica Rambeau are able to get communicate into him, and in the process, we have the Kathryn Hahn character and Wanda are acting their typical, but the kids are aging quickly, which is really strange. It's all part of this like weird reality and stuff like that, but basically we see all this kind of cool stuff in the 80s and your typical Family Ties stuff and whatnot, a dog and all that cool stuff. And this episode, since it's the halfway point, is starting to, what I was not expecting is to have some big revelations come out of it. But Vision's starting to question his reality. We learned that Wanda took his dead body to Westview at some point, because we see her in camera entering S.W.O.R.D to retrieve his body, which is in several pieces. So Vision's probably dead. That's probably the given, and she resurrected him somehow, some way, in some form or fashion, which is what I've decided that's leading into the the Doctor Strange sequel. And so we see all this happening, and it tries to play out like a normal episode. We see Vision kind of seeing Kathryn Hahn and how she's like breaking her character in some weird fashions, and he's questioning her in every form of fashion. And then it comes to a head at the very end of the episode when she starts trying to run the credits, and he and her get in this like huge gigantic fight. And it's really kind of just a fascinating moment because Vision's always cared about Wanda a lot through the Avengers and so on and so forth. And to watch them have like a real true fight, and to have Vision just like go after her and stuff like that, it's really kind of sad. It really is, because they're characters you want to root for, but Vision knows something's going on. He knows she's manipulating the world. She will not admit to it. She's afraid to admit to it, and she wants Vision. She wants it because it's her true love, her soulmate, as you could say, even though Vision's a robot or like a android, I guess you could say. And it's really interesting stuff to see. It's really cool that they mix in like the outside world stuff with the inside world. They send a drone in, which the commander of S.W.O.R.D in this outfit has strapped a missile. And Wanda does not like that. She actually exits Westview, and she's now in her normal costuming, and she has her normal voice, and she threatens the people. She's like, "You leave me alone. This is my world. You do not mess with her." Like Monica Rambeau's trying to explain to her, it's like, you're holding people hostage. And they're like, they're not hostage. Like, of course they're hostage. You're holding people hostage for your own gain. It's going to be revealed what exactly she did. But in essence, I'm getting a sense that she is so powerful, as Kevin Feige has said, that it is kind of completely enveloped this world, which is, like I said, is going to be a prologue or prerequisite to eventually how this series is to fall into Doctor Strange and eventually into Spider-Man. And it's really interesting, kind of crazy stuff to watch. Her take control of all the soldiers who point their guns at that commander, and to watch just everything going into chaos, stuff like that. And for the most part, the episode is trying to stay hinged onto the whole TV atmosphere sets and stuff like that with the dog and the kids and stuff like that. And it is like the really cool intro, which is really a lot of fun to watch and whatnot. But you're starting, like I said, starting to see the scenes fall apart. She exits Westview, and then like I said, Vision and Wanda have a fight, and I have always known Kevin Feige to push boundaries in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And what happened here in this episode completely threw me off guard. And like I said, there's other reviews for this, so be warned, do not read Twitter if you have not watched this episode. But there's a doorbell ring, and I'm like, okay, there's something. My friend told me there was a big reveal. I'm like, okay, what could it be? So, as this episode does, it's only like 40 minutes long. There's not like a huge amount of stuff. She goes to the door and opens it, and it leads on, and we see the back of a person's head. I'm like, oh, they're bringing back Aaron Taylor Johnson as Pietro Maximoff. Like, okay, she's reincarnated him. He's dead, but she brought him back. And Vision goes, "Who is that?" And I'm like, what? Vision's. I think Vision's seen him before, but no, it's Quicksilver from the X-Men franchise. It's Evan Peters. I'm like, what the hell just happened? They brought Evan Peters, the Quicksilver, Pietro Maximoff, into the MCU. Now, there is a lot of theories behind what exactly happened, but I thought they were bringing there's rumors that Quicksilver was going to be coming back, and I thought it was going to be Aaron Taylor Johnson. No, they brought back Evan Peters from the X-Men franchise, from X-Men Apocalypse and X-Men Days of Future Past. And I'm like, excuse my language, holy shit. I'm like, this is insane. I'm like, what did just happen? This is the Spider-Man of this franchise. It's like, I'm like, just that one moment completely just kind of threw everything into a spiral, because Kevin Feige has talked for a while about the X-Men franchise being rebooted. It's gonna be one of those things where you're going to see them later on down the line. But the first series to come out of the Phase 4, the brand new phase of this MCU, was not what I was expecting to have Evan Peters Quicksilver coming in. So it opens a whole new can of worms of what exactly is going on in this franchise, what is going on in MCU. And Kevin Feige did say that this is going to change everything. It's going to be completely different, completely new. They're bringing stuff like Shang-Chi in there, the Immortals. They're bringing in all these new weird concepts. And Spider-Man 3, the new one, and Doctor Strange, and this movie are going to be the precipice of the new franchise, new MCU going forward. So now that you think about it, now that Evan Peters' character's in here, it completely upends what even Kevin Feige was saying about the X-Men. Like, are we going to see Michael Fassbender now? Are we going to see James McAvoy? Are we going to see Hugh Jackman in this series at some point in the MCU? I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I can't even begin to contemplate what exactly is going on, because I was so shocked when I watched the end of this episode. I'm going, wow. I'm like, Kevin Feige just really threw us into a loop of exactly what's going on. But I think what is happening is Doctor Strange is taking place at the same time as this universe of WandaVision, and it's completely thrown in the Fox X-Men universe into the mix, and it's thrown in everything that you can imagine, including the toilet sink, and it's made the ability for Wanda to be more powerful than she was, and it's creating alternate realities and alternate universes. And I think because she thought of her brother, but you don't think it's gonna be Evan Peters. I mean, it's just really strange. So it was a really kind of it's one of the craziest moments I've seen in the MCU since, I don't know, Guardians of the Galaxy. Just the reveal of Thanos and the glove, and everything that's going on. Iron Man and the Avengers Initiative, that big that big scene at the end of the credits. I don't know where this show is going to go next. Are we going to see Professor X going to pop up in this series? And Darcy Lewis is like, wait, did they cast Maximoff? Which is a really funny joke, because it's like it's a good joke on the typical fact of they bring back Aaron Taylor Johnson, they brought Evan Peters back. So where it's going to go from there, I don't know. theories. I said made Doctor Strange is taking place at the same time as this. The MCU is going to places, going to cosmic realities, like Kevin Feige said, and this is the first onslaught of it. So, it's kind of funny that this is the first series to come into the phase 4 because Black Widow was supposed to be the first phase or first movie, and yeah, that reveal alone gives this episode a 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason I'm deducting half a point is just because the '80s TV stuff was not that great. It was all right, the kids aging and watching Wanda kind of losing control of everything is cool, but it didn't really do much for me. But just that reveal made 9.5 out of 10. So this is the best. This is one of the best episodes in the series so far, and one of the coolest moments in Marvel Cinematic Universe. So, but that's it. That is going to be my take on this episode, which is episode 5 of season 1 of WandaVision, on a very special episode. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. Were you as blown away as I was? Did your mind just explode when you saw what happened? But anyways, let me know in the comments below. But if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button and join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell at the top to find out what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And we'll see what happens next week on WandaVision. So we'll see you guys later. Peace out.